Welcome to my channel, DJOMEGAMVP. Today we're going to go through some videos of whatever happens today in the news. It was a busy day. Trump had a press conference talking about whole milks for some reason. And and we have some extra videos from the news of the day. So don't forget, follow my account, DJ Omega MVP. Click the notifications, click the likes, click for the comment, share with your friends. Let's get right into it. DJ Omega MVP. Let's go. Trump calls on Lutnick. We call him Nutlick. I quickly demonstrate why he's called Nutlick.
Like to say something?
What's amazing is that the president has the leadership and common sense
What a
to
sucker.
drive the right outcomes. Why should kids not be given the choice to drink whole milk? How is that even possible?
Like I never in my life had a problem. Like I don't like milk. Like I don't like milk at all. But what's the problem with kids drinking milk? What did these help? It doesn't help with nothing.
So it's amazing to work for you because you just own common sense and you're driving it through our economy, you're driving it through the farmers. You've got great leadership in Secretary Rollins and
Secretary Rollins, that girl hasn't done anything in this whole year. All she does is suck Trump's dick, praise the deal leader, and not do her job.
and it's great fun to be here because, I mean, think of today. I mean, how much fun is this? It's just common sense. Come on.
Like the Oval Office.
Yo, that dick is on Trump's nuts 24/7. All he does is praise Trump, tell Trump how good he is. He's the best of this. He's the best of that. Common sense this. Common sense that. And dude is inept. He doesn't know nothing.
We have been informed by very important sources on the other side, and they've said the killing has stopped and the executions won't take place. There was supposed to be a lot of executions today, and that the executions won't take place. And we're going to find out. I mean, I'll find out after this. You'll find out. But we've been told on good authority, and I hope it's true. Who knows, right? Who knows?
We've
Crazy
seen the body
world.
bags, so how do you trust
No, no.
that the
He
killing-
doesn't know anything. He just people tell him Trump the universe, no, not universe, the planet Mars is blue. He will tweet it and say, "Oh, I've been told by such and such person that now Mars is blue," and he believes it. Just the other day, he was telling the Iranian people to um to protest, to protest. And now he's telling us that the killing has stopped and the execution has stopped because well, we're supposed to believe it because you said it. I bet he's gonna say because of me, the Iranian people stopped the executions and killings because of Donald Trump. I ended that. Just give it a second. That's what he's gonna say. 100%.
House, what are their limits? She also said that it was a very respectful meeting. Are those limits going to be respected?
Well, we're going to see what happens with Greenland. We need Greenland for national security, so we're going to see what happens. They're going to brief me on the meeting right after this conference. In fact, the sooner I get you out, the faster I'm going to know exactly what happened. But we have
I'm sorry.
Of Greenland, she said a while ago in a press conference in an embassy of Denmark that she made very clear in the meeting that happened here in the White House what are their limits. She also said that it was a very respectful meeting. Are those limits going to be respected?
Well, we're going to see what happens with Greenland. We need Greenland for national security, so we're going to see what happens. They're going to brief me on the meeting right after this conference. In fact, the sooner I get you out, the faster I'm going to know exactly what happened. But we have a very good relationship with Denmark, as you know. We'll see. But, we're doing the Golden Dome. We're doing a lot of things, and we really need it. If we don't go in, Russia's going to go in, and China's going to go in. And there's not.
Either China or Russia wants Greenland. They don't want Greenland at all. And like I said here on my comment, national security is all a fucking excuse for this administration to do whatever they want. Like they use that excuse, national security, for everything. We had to attack Venezuela, national security. We want the Panama Canal, national security. We want to bomb Mexico, national security. I want Gaza for national security. I want Greenland for national security. Those two wars are just like the cherry on top of the ice cream for all the MAGA morons. That they believe that Greenland is a national security risk for the United States. That's how he sells all his evil policies. He uses national security for everything. And like right here, Greenland is part of NATO. Greenland is part of NATO. Denmark is part of NATO. So no Russia or China will go in. They won't go in because if they attack Greenland, well, what happens? There's a war because NATO is in Europe is all together. If somebody attacks a NATO country, everybody has to come and help that country. So China's not going in. China is not going in. Russia is not going in. Only the crazy, demented, narcissist Trump wants to go in. And that will break and put in place NATO. It will break up NATO, and NATO will have to come on to help Greenland. And then now a war between Greenland, NATO, and the United States starts. Trump is going to do it. Trump is going to break NATO because Vladimir Putin is the one puppeteering Trump to get out of NATO. Like Congress, where is Congress? This dude needs to be out of being president. This demented guy. The 25th Amendment needs to be used. But right now, Congress and the Senate are useless. Useless people.
It's being reported that Health and Human Services released frozen funds to Planned Parenthood. I'm wondering why this happened and why Planned Parenthood is receiving any federal funds.
I don't know anything about that. Bobby, do you know anything about that?
What was the question?
It's being reported that frozen funds were released to Planned Parenthood in December by HHS. I'm wondering why that happened.
I haven't heard
I have
that.
not heard that.
I have.
Yo, these morons are in sync. It's like the script is so tight that they both in sync said, we haven't heard anything about that. The President of the United States and this Director of Humans and Health Services, they don't know nothing about this situation. They don't know anything. The leader asked the director, because the leader doesn't know anything. And then the director is like, I don't know anything about it. And they both said it at the same time. Incredible. Like, I love the constant reinforcement that the people in charge are running from everything. Trump, Johnson, and RFK are constantly in the dark about everything. And this dude right here, that clown, that fake ass Christian Speaker Mike Johnson, is the head of everything. He doesn't know anything. You can ask him about something that happened 2 minutes. If it goes against Trump, he doesn't know anything about it. Like you have to show them a video. Like, what do you think about this? And even then, they will say, "I don't. I have no comment," because they can't be against the Trump. They can't be against Trump. They can't talk anything bad about Trump. It's illegal to talk anything about Trump, bad about Trump.
Like,
Don't forget, follow my account, DJ Omega MVP. Click the notifications for more videos. Click for the like button. Leave a comment. Share with your friends. Hit the like, not like, whatever. Just follow and leave a comment.
now it sounds like you are saying that you would potentially acquire Greenland by force. That would be a NATO country,
Well,
the
you're
United.
saying
Are you saying that? Would you do that?
No,
by
you're
force?
saying that.
Would you
I
acquire
didn't
them by
say it.
force
No,
right
you're
now?
telling me.
No, you saying that. No, I'm saying that. No, you saying that. No, you are saying that. No, you're saying that. No, bro. You've been saying that you want Greenland for 3 months. Actually, no, not 3 months. Like 6 months. And now is the time. And now you can't stop talking about wanting Greenland. And then when people ask you a question about it, he's like, "Oh, I don't know. It's not me. I don't want it. I don't know. I don't want it. It's me. I don't want it." But we all know you want it. Yeah, say it.
That's what I'm going to do. You don't know what I'm going to do.
So what are the options?
You're not.
I know what you're gonna do, bro. You're going in. You are going into Greenland. It's just matter of time. I gave it. What's the day today? The 14th. On Martin Luther King Day. On Martin Luther King Day, you will get it going and go into Greenland. Prediction.
Work doesn't know either.
The Danish foreign minister said that there's still fundamental differences after the meeting with Rubio and with the vice president. Are you willing to leave the NATO alliance in order to get what you want with Greenland? What are the options right
Well,
now?
I wouldn't be telling you what I'm willing to do, certainly. I'm not going to give up options, but it's very important. Greenland's very important for the national security, including of Denmark. And the problem is, there's not a thing that Denmark can do about it if Russia or China wants to occupy Greenland. But
Like I said before, China and Russia don't want Greenland. Because if they do attack Greenland, they are part of Denmark, and Denmark is part of NATO. And then NATO had to come and attack Russia and China and start a war. That's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. Only you want to go and yes, bomb Greenland for no damn reason.
there's everything we can do. You found that out last week with Venezuela.
There you go. I'm telling you, he's going to attack Greenland and take Greenland by force. Right here. Someone should ask Trump how NATO works. Just for the laughs. Yeah, yes, ask him. Yes, ask him. Do you know what NATO is? He won't tell you because he's inept. He's inept. You know, there is this thing called NATO, which implies will assist in the defense of Greenland. You know, like the Danes have done for us. It's like that's a thing. That's the truth. If Trump attacks Greenland, that's Trump getting out of NATO, and NATO now have to attack the United States. It's just simple as that. Simple as that.
Cabello, the de facto number 2 in Venezuela right now, he seemed pretty reluctant to work with the U.S. And obviously he's
They just gave us 50 million
Cabello,
barrels of oil.
the number 2, the Venezuela security
Well, I don't
chief.
know. I know the number 1, we just had a great conversation today, and she's a terrific person. I mean, she's somebody that we've worked with very well. Marco Rubio is dealing with her. I dealt with her this morning. We had a long call. We discussed a lot of things, and I think we're getting along very well with Venezuela. Yeah.
I'm pretty skeptical of this claim. Venezuela produces about 1 million barrels per day of slug and descript equipment. The U.S. produces about 30 million PBD. I don't really see how this could have just turned over 50 barrels to us. You know, Trump loves to inflate numbers. He literally lost his license to do business in New York because he was inflating numbers. Like Mar-a-Lago is worth like $19 million, and he was telling his people that Mar-a-Lago was worth $1 billion, and that's why he lost his licenses in to do business in New York. Because this dude is a con artist. All he does is inflate numbers and make numbers out of his fucking butt, out of his ass. Like, I don't believe Venezuela gave him 50 million barrels of oil. That's impossible. That's truly, truly an impossible thing to do. Don't forget, follow me, DJ Omega MVP. Click the like button, click notifications, leave a comment. I'm doing this every day, dropping a video. DJ Omega MVP. Let's go. What's this?
Started by very China-centric people and also anti-American people, frankly, people that don't want us to do well. Tariffs have helped us stop 8 wars. They've helped us get the best trade numbers we've ever had. They've helped us get $18 trillion brought into the country. And maybe above all else, they've given us tremendous national security. Just the threat of tariffs. You saw that just yesterday when I put tariffs on a certain country. We won't talk about that country, but you know who it is. Based on the fact that if you do business with that country, you know, it's going to make
Iran.
them, it's going to bring them to the table a lot faster. So
he still doesn't know how tariffs work. It's like the president of the United States loves tariffs, but he doesn't know how tariffs works. He still thinks that tariffs are paid by the importer into the United States. Wherever comes to the United States, he thinks that the people bringing stuff in from any country pays the tariffs. But that's not true. We, the consumer in the United States, pay the tariffs. Either the companies who import eat the taxes, or those companies, restaurants, stores, whatever, will pass those taxes into us. So that $18 billion that he's saying he got from tariffs are our taxes. And hopefully the Supreme Court will now rule in his favor. And I hope this happens. Like, I pray that he has to come up with all this money that the American people already paid, because that's going to be a disaster. I think if the Supreme Court rules against him, this situation, the tariff situation, is going to be the same as the COVID situation. They're both going to ruin his presidency, because tariffs was like the number 2 thing promise that he made to the MAGA morons. And now the Supreme Court my rule against him, and he has to find that money wherever he has it on the on the tariff shelf. Sheesh. If tariffs have brought $18 trillion, why didn't you? Why did the U.S. post a record $145 billion in December in deficit? So someone in that press pool has to be capable of asking this. It's impossible that the press pool will ask something like that. They will never get invited again. This whole press pool is curated like precisely. They will bring somebody in to ask like a tough question to Trump, and that's it. You never see that person again. What a fucking lunatic ass. It must be really easy to live such fucking fantasy world. I'm telling you, only in MAGA world importers are paying those tariffs. But in the real world, the American people pay those tariffs, aka taxes. That's the reality of that. So look at this. Look at this CNN poll. January 9 to the 12th. Trust federal government to carry out investigations in Minnesota shooting. Trust the federal government and carry out investigation. Nope. This 37% is the MAGA cult. That's it. Trump approval rating is between 30 and 37%. That's how low Trump's approval rating is. Wherever you see a poll against Trump, like negative 37, 36, 34, just know that that's all MAGA, stupid ass morons. And this is all the people that are awake of the fucked up shit that Donald Trump is doing. ICE enforcement having on U.S. cities. Making cities less safe, 51. Those are the same people. Making cities safer, 31%. Like I said, whatever you see 31% in favor of Trump, just know that those are MAGA morons that still think that Trump can do no wrong. Because the majority of the people are awake. And they are seeing that Trump is a piece of shit. And these people, these 18% here, I don't know what they're doing. I just feel that these people just don't give a fuck. Like, I'd rather be this 30% than these 18%. Because these people are either stupid, ignorant, or they just don't give a fuck. Incredible.
To the CPI report that just came out, and although inflation overall, as you know, kind of held steady, 2.7% at an annual rate on the consumer level, we did see groceries, especially month to month, jumping up. So it still costs people a lot to go to the grocery store. When is that going to change?
Well, here's what I would say. The cost of groceries are actually coming down. There was a little blip at the end of the year because it's the holiday and a lot of people are spending a lot more money at the grocery store. But the actual overall numbers are coming down, from eggs to chicken to pork to milk to broccoli.
I ask is I'm thinking back to the CPI.
Like, things are not going down. She's just rambling and bumbling and like she's brainless. She's a bouffon bitch. Like I said earlier in the video, she doesn't do shit. Brooke, she's just a liar. And all she does is, when she speaks, is lie to the people and praise Trump. And that's it. She's just collecting a check. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't help anything. She doesn't make things better. Not a single thing. Always another mouth of the regime.
Question you're asking, and it's a really important one, is while we're asking Americans to reconsider what they're eating, are we actually asking Americans, especially those who are living on the margins, are we asking them to spend more on their diet? And the answer to that is no. We've run over 1,000 simulations. It can cost around $3 a meal for a piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, corn tortilla, and one other thing. And so there is a way to do this that actually will save the average American consumer money.
You've done the analysis on that, because that's one of the criticisms I heard from some nutrition folks who said, like with the event you mentioned, all the protein, saying, all right, well, steak obviously it's expensive. So are you asking people to spend more money with these new dietary guidelines than in the past? Do you say no?
That's right. And the answer to that is absolutely no. Now, there are, as most things are coming down, there are a few outliers. Beef has been one of them, but ground beef is coming down. But here's the real...
It's like, oh, yeah, you can eat for $3 while Trump and Mar-a-Lago can eat shrimp, lobster, steak, all the fruit, all the nicest meals, everything. But the American people, all you have is $3. You have a piece of chicken, a tortilla, and some butter. Good luck. And those, like, they run simulations. Like I said here, we run over 1,000 simulations equals we ask Crunk. That's equivalent. They asking Crunk, what can we do, Crunk? And Crunk is gonna be like, do this and do that, do this and do that. Like, I cook for myself. I cook for my family. I just wrote that wrong. I cook for my family. This $3 meal is half a chicken thigh, 1 florin of broccoli, and a corn tortilla and a glass of water. That's it. Even McDonald's doesn't have a $3 meal. This bitch is crazy. Like, she's so out of touch with the American people. Like, yeah, you can eat with $3, $21 a week, $84 a month. That's all you can get. That's a year. 10 months is 840. Plus 20, what's it, 28? It's about $900 a month to eat food. And these people can have anything they want because they're millionaires to billionaires. Incredible. This is what is going on in the news. Don't forget, follow my account, DJOMEGAMVP. Hit the notifications for more videos. Hit the like button and leave a comment on this video. And share with your friends also. Let's see.
Conclude by asking you a personal/political question, because there are reports that you were speaking about Elon Musk earlier, that your husband bought stock in Elon Musk's AI company, which is not publicly traded, XAI, in the private market just days before a report had surfaced that the Pentagon was expanding XAI's role in military systems. On our tablet, you guys can flash this up, the periodic transaction report from the Congresswoman. My question for you is, can you assure us, we've covered this issue of, conflicts of interest and what have you. Can you assure us this purchase was not based on any kind of inside information?
Yeah. 100%, because if it was, we wouldn't have bought 100,000 shares. We would have bought a heck of a lot more. But I also want to stop you because we don't even have your facts straight on that. It wasn't a publicly traded stock. It was, I think, about 470 million, of which it was a private offering.
This bitch is really, really, really telling her crime on national TV. Like, I will commit, like I say here, I will commit an even bigger crime. It's not the mic drop that she thinks it is. Like, she's justifying that she got insider trading. Somebody told her buy this stock, and she bought like 100. And if it was inside traded talk, right, she would have bought 1,000. It doesn't make it better. It's still a crime that you committed. Well, your husband is committed. I'm so corrupt. If I were, if it were, if it were me doing some corruption, I'd corruption all over the room. It's like they don't care. They don't care. Like, damn, MAGA don't give a single fuck. They are bluntly stating their crimes on TV. She just telling you what she's done. A crime. Insider trading needs to stop inside the government. But that will never stop. Sadly, that will never stop. And this, she has 1 million views. So she knows she fucked up. Watch at the end. Watch.
Right, that's what I was saying. It's not a publicly traded company, so it was in the private market.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Right.
But that leads you. It's the same question would apply whether it's publicly traded or whether it's traded in these private markets about conflicts, potential conflicts of interest. So that's why I'm asking if you could assure us that he didn't know anything about that Pentagon report.
And quite frankly, I think that's a very fair question to ask, especially with all of the insider trading that happens up here. But we got to have our facts straight. I wish, one, we don't have any, the Pentagon doesn't release that information, but I can 100% assure you that we didn't have the insider information.
Didn't have the information beforehand, right? Because I know there was some other scrutiny of your husband's investments in the past, but you're saying no inside information. You can say it.
I mean, that's what we do for a living.
Understand. Thank you, Congresswoman,
100%.
for answering all the questions.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yes. My husband have committed this crime before, so yes. Hey, you got me, but hey, nothing you can do about it. Hey, that's what we do. We commit crimes. Jesus Christ! Like, these people are literally saying the crime. They are stating the freaking crime, and nobody can do nothing about it. That's the shit. Like, I don't believe a single word that she just said, because you can tell that she was like, "Well, my bad, bro. You can't do nothing about it. Sorry. Nothing you can do about it." Incredible.
This Senator, President Trump came after you hard the other day. This is just a few days ago. He posted on Truth Social. He said the following, which we can put up on the screen. Republicans should be ashamed of the senators that just voted with Democrats and attempting to take away our powers to fight and defend the United States of America. He listed several senators, including you, Senator Josh Hawley, he said should never be elected again. You've changed your vote on the War Powers Resolution now, not voting with those senators. Tell me why you voted the original way and why you changed.
Well, for me, this has always been about ground troops, ground troops into Venezuela, occupying Venezuela. That's not something that I think I would want to do. And listen, I talked to the president, I talked to the Secretary of State, I talked to the Department of Justice. I thank the administration for all of their outreach. And what the Secretary of State said to me very clearly is, we're not doing that. We don't have ground troops in Venezuela. This is not another Iraq. We're not going to occupy Venezuela. And you know what? That's good enough for me.
Okay.
So yeah, this asshole, Josh Hawley, January 6th, enthusiastic ringleader, now he's saying that he believes Marco Rubio and the administration when they tell him that they're not going to put boots on the ground in Venezuela. When in their first attack, they put 20 soldiers on the ground to get Maduro. And this coward was against that shit. And when Trump posted that truth and called him out, all of a sudden he's changed his mind. I believe him. I believe Donald Trump. I believe Marco Rubio. I believe that they're not going to occupy Venezuela. No, bro. They already attacked Venezuela. They already occupied Venezuela. Trump self-proclaimed the president of Venezuela right now, and here you are sucking dick because Rubio told you and lied to you in your face, and you're just afraid that Trump is coming for you, so you back down. That's all it is. That's all that matters. Like I said here, I bet Trump called him at 3 a.m. like a mob boss because Trump calls everybody at 3 a.m. There's stories out there that Trump calls these people at 3 a.m. either begging for the vote or threatening them because they voted or they said something that Trump didn't like. Trump, if you don't do what I tell you to do, me Trump, because he loves to talk in third person. Me Trump might have to do something about that. Holly, okay, sir, with tears in his eyes. I won't do it again. These people are pussies. To all Missourians, when Josh Hawley is up for re-election, please remember how he continued to gaslight you and lying to your faces. The same way Marco Rubio lied to his face, he's doing to his voters. Lying. Follow my account, DJOMEGAMVP. Click notifications, click the like, leave a comment, share with your friends. Let's continue. We're almost done with this video. Here's Trump going to sleep again.
As Secretary of Health and Human Services,
because we have this dude RFK talking shit.
Federal policy with evidence-based nutrition,
so they're going to sleep.
not ideology or dogma. Healthy kids need real food. They need real protein. They need healthy fats, and they need and the science. I want to thank President Trump again for his vision, for signing this bill, for continuing to put children's health first.
Wake up.
This is exactly the kind of practical change that will make America healthy again.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bobby.
I support this reform.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. I'm not a doctor opinion, but I do my own research. I need more raw milk and beef tallow in his diet. Please. He needs to go. Like literally. Dude is fighting to stay awake. Every single press conference, dude is sitting down and falling asleep. I feel bad for these little girls that this mom is letting them be next to this dude, you know, the PEDO protector. Do better, mom. It's incredible that we are living through this mess. And it's just 2 weeks into 2026. Trump is not going to make things better. Things are going to get worse and worse and worse by the day, by the week. Sheesh. We are so fucking screwed.
Definition whole. It's actually a legal definition, whole milk. And it's whole with a W for those of you that have a problem. Most of the media will get that.
This is actually a legal definition. Whole milk, and it's whole with a W for those of you who have a problem. Well, bro, we don't have a problem. We know all the time that whole milk is with a W, not HOLE, because that spells whole, like a hole that you have in your brain. So please, stop putting that on us. We don't have problems. That tells me that he's reading it whole milk, and and being corrected, as opposed to that fucking whole milk you hear so much about. I take this not mean I take this to mean that he thought about for about a week that it was whole milk. He doesn't know, man. He doesn't know shit. He doesn't know where he's standing. Like this whole press conference was because whole milk. Like literally, it was all about whole milk in the schools and whole milk. Like, I don't know, it's the diet thing. That's what was weird, that whole press conference, because who cares about milk? Milk is not gonna do nothing to you. So Trump, does anybody believe that in Minnesota these are the food stamps businesses? Sheesh, what did I put? Sheesh, dude didn't even know the word groceries a year ago. Maybe he still doesn't, based on his use of food stamps businesses here. And yet suddenly he thinks he's the next expert in grocery stores. During the campaign, 2024 campaign, Trump's favorite word was groceries. And then after he won the election, grocery was an old-fashioned word. And then now after he got inaugurated, groceries is down. Groceries have the best prices, but that's a fucking lie. Because groceries are up, inflation is up, and he doesn't know what food stamps is being used. Like, dude didn't even know the word groceries a year ago. He didn't know. He doesn't understand grocery stores. He may be the most racist president America's ever had. Top 3 easily. I put him top 1. Like before George Washington, those Lincoln, before like all the presidents before Lincoln, they were racist. All of them. Trump is top 1, number 1. Number 1 racist president in the United States is Donald Trump. Let's see if we have a couple more videos. If not, this will be the last video. Waltz. Let's see what Waltz has to say.
It's belief. News reports simply don't do now defies belief. News reports simply don't do justice to the level of chaos and disruption and trauma the federal government is raining down upon our communities. They're pulling over people indiscriminately, including U.S. citizens, and demanding to see their papers. And at grocery stores, at bus stops, even at our schools, they're breaking windows, dragging pregnant women down the street, just plain grabbing Minnesotans and shoving them into unmarked vans, kidnapping innocent people with no warning and no due process. Let's be very, very clear. This long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement. Instead, it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of Minnesota by our own federal government. This week, he went online to promise that, quote, the day of retribution and reckoning is coming. That's a direct threat against the people of this state, who dared to vote against him 3 times and who continue to stand up for freedom with courage and empathy and profound grace.
Team Walls. Like, Minnesota was one of the states that I thought it was like a white state, really nice people. They invented a burger with like cheese inside or something. I don't know the name of it. And then all of a sudden, Trump has a problem with Minnesota. Like, all of a sudden. And now he has thousands of ICE agents in Minnesota kidnapping people, roughing up people, kicking out people, killing people. And it's not even, like he said, it's not even about immigration anymore at this point, because they're grabbing everybody, reporters, photographers, American people. Everybody's getting grabbed by these nuts cases because these people are not trained properly. So they have, Stephen Miller said they have immunity to do whatever they want. When he says that ICE agents have immunity to do whatever they want, is just so, it's just the whistle that these racist ICE agents needed. And it's going to get worse because this already passed. This is not a immigration law enforcement thing. This is just to hurt people, to make people have traumas, families. You know, Minnesota is under occupation of Gestapo personal police of Donald Trump. They got invaded by these people. This is an ugly chapter for sure. Like, this chapter in history is going to be written in such insane way that for future generations will be saying, what the fuck happened? Why do these people allow this to happen?
He is the king of peace. He is the peacemaker, and whether it's stopping the killing in Iran, whether it's saving the...
I don't want to hear that. It's just hilarious that this guy blew up his Achilles tendon during the primaries. Didn't make it. Now he's part of the cabinet, and he says Trump is king of peace. King of peace, bro. That dick sucking that he's doing on Fox News is just like, why do you have to say that if that's not true? But there's one person watching TV. He's performing for one person. And all these people do, like I said, Brooke Rollins, all she does is suck dick. When you see another member of the cabinet on Fox News, just know he's sucking Trump's dick. They don't have anything to say. They haven't done nothing for this country and for the American people. They haven't done nothing. Not a single thing that will help. But when they go on TV, this is the things that they say. Trump is the king of peace. When he just bombed Venezuela and he wants to bomb Greenland. How is that peace? So now war is peace. January 6th didn't happen. And 2 + 2 is 5. Only in MAGA world. Only in MAGA world that happens.
You have multiple employees now that have resigned. They didn't like the fact that there's an investigation into some of these groups. We call it astroturfing. There are different groups, even crowds that you can purchase, believe it or not, which is insane. And they didn't want to be a part of this. And you need to get to the bottom of is who might be financing the instances that would be putting ICE agents' lives in jeopardy. Isn't that legitimate? That seems legitimate to me, especially in light of, an 8,000% increase in the threat level and a 1,300%.
Hannity, spit it up. Honey, spit it up. Hannity, spit it up. Jesus. He's 40 seconds into a question. She's losing it. She's like, keep talking, keep talking. I'm going to tell you a lie. So, like, damn, bro, let it go.
Increase in, attacks against these guys.
Yeah. Sean, we support Secretary Noem. We support our men and women of Homeland Security and ICE who are out there taking predators off the street every day around the country, and they're doing it in Minnesota. What happened in Minnesota? We had 6 prosecutors who suddenly decided they didn't want to support the men and women in ICE. One of them was busy doing a photo shoot with the New York Times while ICE was out there risking their lives. So,
oh my God. Yo, this bitch, man, she gave me some anxiety. Like, she's so fucking fake. She's so fake. The Karen in her is so like it's so exaggerated. She's so like mad about people quitting and not giving a fuck about ICE. Like, nobody gives a fucking flying fuck about ICE, you fucking dumb bitch. Nobody cares. You can say ICE, we have to respect ICE. Blah, 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 blah. No, we don't have to do that. And ICE risking their lives? Fuck them. Fuck them. No, you didn't.
they came, they said, we want to resign, but we want to use our annual leave up until April, meaning they wanted the taxpayers to pay for them to go on vacation because they decided they didn't want to support law enforcement. So the breaking news tonight, I fired them all. They're fired from the office and...
Yo, she's so tough. She's so wanna be tough. Yo, I'll fire them all. No, you did not. They quit. Now you want to say they fire them? No. They quit, bitch. The role of the federal prosecutors is not to pledge allegiance to the men and women of ICE. Exactly. Like saying that they disagree with ICE is just, you get fired for that in the administration. Whoever is against ICE, whoever is against Trump gets fired. But you didn't fire. They quit. Now everybody that quit, I bet she's going to say, no, they didn't quit. I fired them. If everybody quits, she's going to say, I fired them. Many of whom carry out criminal acts on a daily basis. I cannot believe this woman is a G. I can't believe it either. But she is, because she's a MAGA loyalist. She's the DOJ, the highest ranking justice, whatever, in the United States. And she's a MAGA loyalist. What can you expect from these people? Especially Bondi, because she's covering the Epstein files. So everything that comes out of her mouth is just pure fake and wannabe tough bitch. She's a wannabe. All a wannabe. Bondi. On prosecutors who resigned after they were pressured to investigate Renee Good's widow. We learned these people have been out of there interviewing at liberal law firms prior to this. But I tell them what, from personnel level, they have been an HR nightmare, so people better look into them. Yeah. Let's see this one. Last video of the day. So don't forget to follow me and click the notifications.
Overrating. And Trump's by saying that Americans at this point do not like ICE. And that is very different from what we saw during Trump's first term. Just take a look here. ICE's net approval rating. In Trump's first term, ICE, kind of lukewarm. You had him right there at a net approval rating of 0 points. Look at where we are today. We're talking about a negative 17-point approval rating. That is a 17-point drop from where we were during Trump's first term. Among independents, the number is even lower in terms of the net approval rating. And why is it that ICE is so unpopular at this point? Well, take a look at our new CNN SSRS poll, and I think this sort of gives the game away. ICE enforcement is making U.S. cities less safe. Look at this, 51%. 51%.
What I told you earlier.
Americans say that ICE enforcement in cities is making those cities less safe. That includes 59% of Americans who live in cities, compared to just 31% who say that, in fact, ICE enforcement is making U.S. cities more safe. So what we see here is Trump and ICE losing this argument over ICE going into cities, making them more safe. Now, of course, the ICE...
Like I said, the 51% is the majority that is waking up. The 31% is just Trump MAGA base. This number is Trump's approval rating right now. He's in the 30s, between 30 and 37%. And this 18% are just stupid little fucks that they don't know what the fuck they're doing with their life.
Discussion is part of a larger argument, right? A larger discussion about immigration enforcement in this country. And, you know, when it comes to Donald Trump, remember, he's run on immigration in all three of his presidential bids. It's a big reason why he got elected the first time around, won that Republican nomination. It was a strength for him earlier on during his second term. Look at this. His net approval rating, according to our CNN polling, was at +3 points on the positive side of the ledger. But look at where it is now. It is way underwater at 16 points on the negative side of the equation.
A casket and 7 feet under.
In less than a year's time. Now, what is one of the big reasons why Donald Trump's net approval rating on immigration has gone down, Caitlin? Well, it's...
I like that they're showing this at what time? Like 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night? Because Trump watches this shit. And he's definitely watching or will watch this shit later on. Because this dude has been on CNN this morning and now at night telling you the same numbers. So Trump is watching this shit.
It comes down to this. Trump's gone too far in deporting undocumented immigrants. Look at this. Back in February of 2025, it was 45%. Now it's a majority of Americans, 52%, and that includes Caitlin Collins, 56% of independents. The bottom line is this. ICE and Trump are losing the argument when it comes to the American people. They don't like this immigration enforcement, and it is costing Trump political points at this time, Caitlin. By saying that Americans...
And it will cost Trump on the midterms. Whatever he does from now on, last year was last year. Trump lost the election last year. Trump lost the midterm last year. Whatever he did last year, he lost the elections. So whatever he does now is so desperation, his corner, his lame duck president, he's just trying to do as much as he can before he's gone out of power or out of this world for forever. So on Martin Luther King, that's my prediction, Martin Luther King, Trump will attack Greenland. And I'm saying this on January 14th. I'm saying this on January 14th. Yeah, show you the date so you know. January 14th, 10:53. Trump will attack Greenland. And it's going to happen, okay? So I'll leave you with that prediction. So don't forget, hit the notifications for more videos when I upload, so you know I uploaded videos and you can come see the video right away. Hit the notification, hit the like button, leave a comment, and share with your friends and help me out here. I'm doing my best every night to bring you a video and give you the news of the day. So with that, I will leave you. Have a good night. Peace.